There we go. We're live.
Are we live?
We are live.
We are live, finally. I apologize, people. We had some technical difficulties going on.
Hey, wait. Point that mic a little bit at your mouth.
Point it over here. How about I just move?
Yeah, you can just move.
I don't want to mess with the mic again. Is that a better line?
Yeah, there we go.
That's a better line. I don't want to touch this. I'm sorry we're late. We had some problems with the equipment. Every time I do the rant down in the shop, we got to move the stuff down there in the camera and all that stuff. And then when we bring it back up here, we got to reset it all up. Anyway, that's an excuse. Everybody's got an elbow. Anyway, it's Thursday evening, baby. I hope y'all are all enjoying yourselves. That's right. The camera's way the hell up there. We had to get a better shot because I'm trying to get everything in the shot. It's Thursday, baby. How you like this shit? Paul Manafort got sentenced. That's right, baby. He's going to prison. He's going to prison. He's going to be in there for 47 months. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? 47 months. That's just 1 month shy of 4 years. As a wise man once said, a man with a briefcase can get away with more money than a man with a gun any day. And the man with the gun is going to suffer a whole lot more punishment than that guy with a briefcase that can walk out with millions and billions, baby. He's fixing to turn 70 years old on, as a matter of fact, on me and my wife's anniversary. He turned 70 years old on April 1st. And so he's still got another sentence coming up over there in D.C. court, so we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I don't think 47 months for the crimes of tax evasion and all the money he got away with, that's a slap on the face. Anyway, it's Thursday. We've got Blue Dot family members with us. We have Tammy Ames from Elmira, New York, Deborah Gerlich from Delaware, Sparky Dunk's here. He's from Red Bluff, California, and Keith is on with us from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Y'all all there? Are we having a family reunion here? Deborah, Tammy?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, good, because I have such a big freaking mouth.
Well, this is a good place to exercise it, baby. Let me see. So we have Tammy. Tammy, are you there? Did we lose
Tammy?
Did we lose Tammy? We lost Tammy.
She's not on the call.
Yeah, she ain't here anymore. I wonder what happened.
She was with us right before we hit the button.
Yep.
We're having some technical difficulties, so there's still things we're trying to iron out here. This ain't a professional setup, but we're trying to be, baby. Anyway, we have Deborah and Sparky and Keith here. And Keith, are you there? I ain't got Keith either. We got Sparky and Deborah.
And Joe is on standby, I believe.
Joe is on standby. He's having some audio trouble. He's trying to fix that.
I know Keith's here because
somebody just brought me in.
Oh, I think we got Tammy back.
Tammy, are you there?
Yeah, I brought her back in.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
I muted Keith earlier, but he doesn't seem to know how to unmute. He's got his video going.
Uh-oh.
Well, I turned off all incoming videos, so it should be good on our end. But if it affects you guys, you got to do what you got to do.
Well, I
so
turned
Keith,
off the incoming video too.
Right.
Cool.
Somebody had screen capture, share screen on there.
Right. Well, no, it's okay.
Hello, Jen Morgan. Thank you for coming in, baby.
Jen, how's it going?
We appreciate that. Jen is one of our admin here, baby. She takes care of us.
Yep.
So.
Let's see here. So I guess let's get the show going. What's on the thing other than Manafort getting?
Paul Manafort.
Yeah. Is that going to be our chat for the night?
It's going to start it off. I think that sucks. 47 months for the crime that he's done. Are you shitting me? You know, they got people in prison doing a lot more time for nonviolent drug offense.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It just seems like it's not enough.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
There's Joe.
There you go, Joe.
I hope my background noise isn't too much. I'm sitting in a coffee shop in the middle of the city, but
is that a coffee shop, Joe?
Yeah,
a lot of people say coffee shop in there.
Right.
Yeah. I'm borrowing some Wi-Fi.
There you go, baby.
I'll tell you what, I can't not say something here about this Manafort thing. This is bullshit. and there should be people rioting in the streets right at this exact minute. Like,
Say hi to Mr. Brittle.
I saw you post a little something earlier, Joe. It looked like you weren't too happy with it.
I'm not happy. Like, there's no rational American that should be sitting still for this. This is absolute insanity.
Yeah. I don't know how she got away with such a light sentence. You know, Mueller was suggesting, 19 to 24? So 4 years is a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, my buddy out of New York was saying that, you know, he conferred with all his buddies earlier in the day, and they were like, well, it may be light, but it's going to be toward the lower end of the recommended sentencing. So we were all projecting like 19 to 20 years. Like,
I was figuring even 18, 20. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
like this
18,
is
20
insane.
years. But
this is a travesty of justice.
Well, that's the way justice works, baby. If you got the money, if you're a big player, then you play by different rules. You try to get away with a crime down here at our level. Oh, no, baby, it ain't working. Hey, you ain't got enough money to hire a lawyer like they got. That's the number one thing. You know, it's just a different set of rules. You know, he's still looking at a possible 10 years over in D.C. court, though. Now, what I don't want to hear is the word concurrent. I don't want these sentences to be concurrent. You know, let's string them out, baby.
That guy should rot. He should rot in prison. This is ridiculous.
Well, he's been playing this game for a long time. You know, this game of politics and money.
Yeah.
You know, he's not like he hasn't been here before.
I don't know how to use this.
You know, he was on the Ford campaign, the Reagan campaign, Daddy Bush. He's been around the block and he knows what he was doing. He got caught.
If you need money to pay a lawyer, remember that Donnie Douchebag gave that woman a medal, the highest civilian medal, because she donated $500,000, $500,000 to a legal defense fund for his buddies.
Oh, no shit. Ain't that pitiful? There's a different set of rules for people up at that level. You know, and Donnie,
there's no rules for those people.
That's true. I mean, that's the way it makes you feel down here at the bottom. You know, when the nation is looking up and saying, well, let's see what happens here. You know, this man is now convicted of multiple crimes, you know, in multiple courts.
I can't see you.
You know, so 47 months.
Can't see you.
You know, if he stays healthy, you know, but right now, you know, he's looking pitiful in the court. You know, he's got a wheelchair and he can't hardly move and all that shit. And just a few months ago, he's walking into court all stiff back and all proud and walking fast and everything, and now he's in jail and all of a sudden he can't walk. Shit. Kiss my.
May I butt in?
Yes, ma'am. You're not butting in.
Well, I have a young man that should have been in bed, and he is so excited when he saw this. He said, "Is that Mr. Blue Dot in Texas?" Say hello and then go to bed.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Good.
Good. How old are you?
11.
11, and you're sort of interested in politics?
He cried when Trump got elected. Yes.
Oh, you
were. So what happened to Bernie?
You were a Bernie guy, huh?
Yes.
I cried too. Don't feel bad.
I was about to say I did a lot of crying.
We all cried. We all cried.
You were in good company then.
We're all grown up and they all cried.
Yeah. You don't have
it's okay to cry.
You're just
Bernie's got a rally in Iowa tonight.
I bet he's going to
Did you see that crowd?
I bet he's going to have a big crowd. I haven't looked at it, but shit.
Well, it looked like a small venue.
He had that place packed to the rafters.
Lord
yeah,
Almighty.
But I mean,
Bernie has a lot of great ideas, but there's always been something about Bernie that just, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, and it's not that he's getting older. There's just something that's put your big ideas as an advisor. I just don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it why I don't vote for Bernie.
It's not time to vote yet. You know, we still got time to listen to everybody. I don't. The age thing doesn't
There's
bother
my-
me as much. If he's got the right vice president. No, it's
But
not
that
right.
was the last election.
Yeah.
That was the last election. And I said, I'm not a Hillary, but you know what? She wants to improve things rather than cancel all this shit that Donnie douchebag's been doing.
Yeah. Well, he's going to run as a Democrat. He is an independent. He's been an independent all the time, and that brushes some people.
He's running on both platforms.
Yeah, he's running on both. He's running on both. I don't want to discount anybody at this point. I don't. In the back of my head, there's certain people I really like, but I'm going to shut my mouth about who I really want to endorse until I hear everybody. Because I don't want to look like an idiot, probably. But
well,
no,
it's good to hear everybody.
I like Bernie. I like Bernie. Bernie added a lot to the conversation in the last election, in the 2016 cycle, and a lot of what our young progressive candidates are running on those themes. Now, there's a lot of difference between a lot of us on the left. Some of us are more pragmatic, they say, and some of us want to be a little bit more aggressive on the progressive side. And I don't know, baby. I hate to, I kind of throw my hat on the progressive aggressive side, because that's what the Republicans do, baby.
I've never registered as anything, because I'll cross whatever. It's like, let me get the least stupid person in there.
Well, we need to change that. We need
this election in 2018, I said, I'm voting Democrat. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, Trump gave everybody a damn good reason to do just that. Unfortunately, he inspired a whole lot of other people. The hatred that I'm sorry, I hit the mic with my.
I was wondering what that was. That scared me.
Yeah, I gotta won't be waving anything around this mic. We had trouble, so I don't want to touch the mic. But,
incredibly, Ms. Clinton did not inspire turnout, which is exactly what we needed 2 years ago, and it just didn't happen. She did not come to Western Pennsylvania. She did not come to Ohio. And Western Pennsylvania and Ohio cost this nation 2 years of Trump and another 2.
You can't rest on the laurels, baby. Just because they were blue and you think you had them in your pocket, this proved the fact that every state is important. Every voice in this country is important. That's what we're trying to stress. Our voices have to. I'm sorry?
She did not go to the upper Midwest, and I'm like, go there, bitch. What is wrong with you?
Well, I don't want to beat up
we were
on her.
Begging for her to come.
She's not
we
going
were
to be
begging
running.
for her to come.
She was wounded by years and years of attacks by the Republicans. Benghazi and all that shit, and her emails and all that crap. It was a constant drumbeat, and it didn't help when Comey comes out just a few days and says, "Oh, by the way, we're gonna investigate her again," and that's just. She got wounded a whole lot, but she could have put a whole lot more effort in those states that she should have been a little bit more concerned with. That's like we can't take a single state for granted. If we're going to keep on with this electoral college shit, then we have to work every state. It's all of our voices.
There were 4 states that were really on the brink.
Yeah. Everybody, and you know what? As long as the Democrats are willing to work with each other, whoever comes out on first, I've been watching Inslee from Washington State Governor, who's saying climate change is the most important thing. It is, and I hope everybody comes out with.
Well, that climate change shit affects all of us. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, and whether or not you believe in it, doesn't matter. Science doesn't really give a shit what you think. It's gonna, the things are gonna happen that if we don't take,
Amen, John.
A handle of it, it's just that point. This is all politics with the climate issue. That's all it is. It's not an argument over settled science.
Well,
Oh, huh?
Donnie thinks because it's snowing,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no climate change.
Yeah.
Really, really, let me shove a snowball up your ass.
Well, he's that guy, I can't remember his name, walked in there into the house with a snowball saying, look at here, how can there
That was
be any,
in-hop.
yeah, in-hop, yeah, how can there be climate change? How can there be global warming? Look at here, a snowball. Are you shitting me?
Yeah,
You
I was
know,
on the. That was the senator from Oklahoma.
that's just, well,
He
there you
needs
go.
to go.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it just
he's probably like a lot of them here in Texas. They're oil and gas people, baby. They don't
He
give a
needed to
shit
go
about
18
your
years ago.
environment.
It's snowing in Oklahoma now. Good luck.
We're,
Put
we're
on your tidy whities, asshole.
as the years go by, we're going to see more and more change in the weather, and the same old argument will go on forever. It's like a delay. As long as they're making money, baby, they don't give a shit. That's how come it irks me so bad. What happened to the EPA when Scott Pruitt and them got in there? Holy shit! Scott Pruitt was an oil and gas man all the way back.
Oh yeah.
You know, and the people that they put in charge of those positions are there to do nothing but make the gut regulations to make it easier for business to make more money. That's it.
Every single cabinet member, every
Yeah.
fucking single one.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They're there.
Good evening.
It seems like every cabinet member they put in is like the antithesis of what the cabinet is designed to do.
It is. It is.
And he signs executive orders because it has Obama's name on it. No, Obama didn't do anything for 8 years. Yeah, well, you know what? Screw you. Oh, it has Obama's name on it. I'm canceling this, and you can kill the animals. You can throw your coal waste into the rivers. I shoveled coal until the mid-70s. Take heat and hot water. Really? It's disgusting.
I was reading that it might be too far gone to fully correct. You can only
Has dramatically changed. And that affects a lot of things. For example, it affects where do we bring fuel? Where is electricity needed? That's an expensive problem to have to deal with. And we don't have the infrastructure to handle a dramatically changing climate. That's the problem.
And we got an administration that denounces science at every turn. So how
infrastructure?
How can you develop that infrastructure? How can you possibly?
Because our power grid is just pitiful, baby. You know.
I'm in a fishbowl, so I'm used to that one.
You know,
Terrible.
You lose power, and think about that for a minute. What you lose with that? Everything. You know. There I go with the damn wire again.
Hey, John.
Hey, who we got?
David Everett.
David, how you doing, bub? Up in Washington, right?
Yes, sir. How are you tonight?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm doing well, thank you, sir.
Good. What do you think? What do you think? What's going on today? 47 months.
It sucks. Yeah, I mean, you've got Manafort getting 47 months, and you've got Cohen getting 3 years. Yeah. I just don't see the justice there. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, ballot box.
That's right. Our voice and our vote, baby. That's what counts. That's what counts. Hey, Randy Kervin, I see you up there on the board, buddy. How you doing? Yeah. You know, it's sad what's going on, and it's not encouraging at all. But I remind you, don't let that dissuade you. Don't let that, you know, I thought he should get more, for sure. But he's still got another round coming in, and I don't want, like I said, I don't want to hear that word concurrent. I don't want to see, you know, we're going to stack all these. You can serve them all up at one time. Don't worry about it. What time served, you'll be out next week.
I just got a great tweet from Andrew Lawfer, who's a lawyer, and here I'm going to read this real quick.
All right.
Folks, we need to calm down on Manafort's sentence. He's a first-time offender, and the judge can only rule on what's in front of him. There's no Russia crimes here. He faces more time in D.C., and he will face more charges. I promise. Keep your heads up, patriots. The Republic stands.
There you go,
so
baby.
Food for thought for everybody.
That's right. Keep your head
up.
Don't
get aggravated.
I'm aggravated, but I know he's got another sentencing coming up, and that'll just add more time onto it. That, you know, it's like Cohen. You don't wish harm on these people just for spite. But justice is justice, baby. We see it down here at the lower end all the time. Turn on your local news, you'll see justice. And when the national stories like this happen, with key figures and people with large bank accounts and shit, you know, the people don't like to see that different set of rules being applied.
I agree with what Karen said in the comments. My little partner in crime. She's running her mouth down there in the comments, John.
I can't look at the comments. I gotta give. If I look at the comments, I get distracted and I lose my train of thought, and I'll be sitting here saying hello to everybody.
Yeah, we try to like single out time. Like, okay,
yeah,
time
Travis
for the panel.
gets after me. Hello, Leanne Scott.
Comments.
That's Australia, baby. And she's right. State charges. That's
because
right.
we want to make sure we try to get to everybody.
Well,
yeah, I'm sure.
at least give her a shout out and say, "Riddle me this."
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, there's a lot more to come, and we have to just keep marching forward. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. He's still planning his 2020 run, and you know, until we get through with this investigation, until Mueller comes out and we get the report from there, and I think I heard where Adam Schiff said that if there's any hanky-panky with the report where Barr don't want to release it, he will subpoena Mueller himself and bring him in front of the House. So, you know.
So what about that, John? Though, like I heard that part of his reasoning for like already signing up to rerun in 2020 is just to avoid the indictment. Like that.
Well, it's
that's how I've heard.
As long as he's in the office and they keep talking about you can't indict a sitting president, it's just only it. Wait a minute, my mouth quit working. It's his only chance to avoid a conviction because
I don't.
You know,
I think it's time we challenge that.
I'm sorry.
I don't think there's a statute of limitation on that.
No,
and he can only put it off until he's no longer.
So as long as he either A, wins re-election, or B, just goes full dictator and tries to take over the country, which I don't think will work.
No.
Then his ass is in a bind. He's in a crack. You know, I think everybody knows that. There is not a single person, I don't care who you are, Republican or Democrat, can say they're proud of the way this man handles himself. And if you're a Republican, say, "Oh, I love it, John," you're just a freaking idiot. And that's, you know.
The thing that hit me, this is Deborah, the thing that hit me really hard the other day, and I remember going, watching our 5 channels of TV back in the 70s, was that all this shit during Nixon investigation and blah, 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 he got reelected. He got reelected during all the investigation, and that scares the shit out of me, and it should scare everybody.
It should scare everybody.
God.
Absolutely.
Nixon stomped on McGovern pretty hard. It was painful. It was one of my earliest and most painful memories.
It is mine, and I've said it before. I fessed up to that shit. Right before I joined the military, that was the guy. Nixon was the man. Here's the catch. My brother was over in Vietnam, ground pounder, 69 Force Recon and Marine Corps. And Nixon, in his re-election, I have a secret plan to win in Vietnam. Now that statement right now today, when you heard Donnie say it during the campaign, I have a secret plan to win, all this shit. It just hit me like a rock, because when I was 17, 18 years old, I believed Nixon. And I thought, yep, that's the man. He's going to say, he's going to get us out of there. We're going to win, and we're going to come home. And,
so did I.
And I voted for his ass. That was when I learned. That was the moment that I learned. When we went through Watergate and all that shit, and watched him leave.
Something clarified for me here. Like the kids speaking up. Like, as I understand it, like Nixon got elected in '68, and then he ran again in '72. So that re-election campaign.
Yeah.
Like that the Watergate break-in, that story had not yet hit the media before that. Okay, so it's not like all that was exposed, and
then all that happened in '72.
Yeah.
Right. So So I think that there's a false
that was-
equivalency
that
being
was-
drawn here.
Well,
that
it's
I-
just
that is
it was
important
my
to-
personal eye-opener. And for years, I never even told anybody I voted for him. But when Trump was elected, Trump won the nomination and all that shit. And that day, like a lot of people here in America, I was totally pissed, baby. I was beyond pissed. I was knocked out. I couldn't believe this nation voted for that asshole.
I haven't gotten over it.
And no, me neither. Me neither. And
or that the fact that they may put him in again.
I told my son, I told Travis, I said,
Over my dead body.
Yeah, well, you know, one of the problems I see right now is I'm starting to see that division in the Democratic Party. You know, you got the extreme left, you got the mid folk, and now there's, you know, friction between the two groups. So they need to get their shit together before.
We need to come together as a party inside this party.
Well, what's the friction though? What's the friction between those two groups? I'm very interested in this part. What's the friction between the two groups as you see it?
Mitch,
well, like with
Mitch McConnell.
Thank you, Jen Morgan. You make me feel better.
Who needs to go back in his turtle shell and be thrown back in the ocean? Pick one.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
I mean,
that's what
Joe was somebody was talking about Democrats.
Yeah. Well,
that's yes, the Democrat, like what's going on now with Congresswoman Omar. You've got division there. You know, you got the Bernie.
They passed that resolution today against hate speech. Like anybody's going to vote against that. You know,
that woman, she did not agree with Israel's policy. She was not doing anti-Semitic statements.
Yeah.
Well,
anti-Jewish.
I don't think.
Anti-Israel politics.
You know, as a congressman, you have to be extremely careful with your verbiage. You know how you speak. You know, we jump Steve King's ass all the time for the way he speaks, and we have to do that within our own party. Now, what she meant, I guess only she knows. Personally, for me, when I first saw it, I said, well, what are they talking about? Because when I see the word Benjamins, I think $100 bills. That's to me, that's money. You know, I guess I was wrong, so I'm being educated at the same time a lot of other people are. I guess maybe I should have known that. But you know, nobody wants anti-Semitism in our nation. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants racism or bigotry or any of that shit in here. That's the whole fight that we continue on this side of the fence. You know, on the Democratic Party is marching forward for that same ideal that we're all one family.
Man.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What about Charlottesville? I mean, you had guys marching in the streets in Charlottesville, Virginia, and screaming, "Jews will not replace us," and you had a president saying there were good people on both sides of that argument. Like, where does that fall down in this equation?
He's an idiot.
Waffle House, Waffle House, Waffle House, Waffle House. Remember that?
Hey, dude, I live in Pittsburgh. Do you remember when one of Trump's followers came into my fucking house and shot my friends? Do you remember that?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I do. Yeah.
Yes.
I knew all of those people, every single one of those people. They were my family and my friends.
Do you live in Squirrel Hill?
I actually live in Greensburg, and I go to a different synagogue, but my Masonic brothers go to that synagogue, so we meet up to go to synagogue together. And we actually were out late the night before and decided not to go that Saturday morning. Both of us decided not to go because we were lazy motherfuckers. So next time someone tells you that laziness doesn't pay off, remember that.
There you go.
So who is the Jewish person talking? Because I've had great discussions with people I work with in Manhattan, and you know, it's like, oh, you know, why are all these Christmas decorations up? And you know, I've had great, and my church today, we shared the same road with a synagogue, and once a year we join with them to clean up our road, the garbage and everything on the road. And we have with the local mosque and the Jewish community, the Jewish temple in our Christian Methodist church, and I say Methodist because now all this Methodist shit, and we're all together. Everyone's welcome.
That's that coexist sticker you always see. I don't. If they could keep the politics out of religion, that would be really great. But it doesn't work that way, and it never has really. If you look all the way back through history,
we have a great time, and we love each other. And half my 800-member church, I put it out there the other day, they're gay. Rehoboth Beach in Delaware was started as a Methodist camp. The gays, this is a gay community, totally. And it's just, you can't say all are welcome and then say, except for you and you and you and you.
No, you can't put an asterisk on anybody. That's the problem in this world. We tend to put a label or a preconceived notion on everybody. By either where they're from, their religion, or anything like that. I like to think that John, in that synagogue, we all had family in that synagogue. If you're an American, you had family in that synagogue.
John,
God bless you, brother.
Can I make a request?
What you got?
I just all of us that are in the panel this evening, could we just do a real brief, hey, I'm this person and I'm from here, because I personally, my name is Joe and I'm from Cincinnati.
If y'all don't know who Joe Riddle is, he's the creator of the New News on Facebook, and he does his videos all the time. Joe speaks out all the time, and Joe's in Cincinnati.
He's a homeboy.
Yeah, I used to drive to Ohio in the 70s with a boyfriend and go
boyfriends.
Through Cincinnati, go to Columbus for the drag race.
You're supposed to make them chase you here.
I was just hoping that each person on the panel this evening could kind of identify themselves and where they're from, because it's
all right.
Interesting to know.
Sure.
Go for it.
David Robertson from Everett, Washington.
I love Washington State. I did that 3 years ago.
It's a beautiful
Duncan
place.
Cunningham from Red Bluff, California.
There's Sparky. How about it, Keith? You still in there? No, Keith never made it in.
Hasn't figured out how to turn his microphone back out. I muted it.
I'm Mitch. I'm from Greensburg, which is in the vicinity of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Born in Brooklyn, raised in Jersey, Army veteran, management consultant, lifelong liberal, personal friend of Bill Bradley and Bernie Sanders at one time when I was a lobbyist.
Outstanding.
Jewish, but it's not the biggest. To me, that's I'm just a person. I don't identify necessarily as anything other than a human being.
There you go. That's what we all are.
I love that description. That's
rad. I do too.
Hi guys. There's a lot of names I don't recognize. I'm Deborah Gerlach. I was born with that name. I've been married twice and told both husbands, screw you, I'm not changing my name. I'm born with this name.
This is my name, and I'm keeping it.
Good for you, Deborah.
I'm keeping it.
My mother's family came up with Folsom's over 13 years after the Mayflower. We researched. The Gerlachs, my grandmother, I never knew this until my later years. I'm going to be 67 in June.
Oh, you're still young.
And I didn't know. She went to a German-speaking congregational church in secret during World War II, and she never taught my father German except the bad words.
Those always come through.
He was
never.
Well, my second husband was Cuban, and he said, "I'll teach you the bad words because you never know with these guys." Whatever. I was upstate New York, just north of the city. And you say when you're from New York, everybody says, "Who's the city?" You know what?
Right.
I moved to Delaware. I just said, you know what?
Delaware?
These guys.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
Delaware.
You sent
And
me the
these guys
shirt.
know.
You sent me the shirt, dear.
Yeah, we got the shirt. I sent him. I sent John this shirt, and these guys know. You can fit 42. You can say New York. It goes, like I said before, it goes all the way up to Canada and all the way.
There you go.
Yeah, you can fit 42 Delawares at least, and we're not the smallest state. That's Rhode Island, but we are the first state, and right next door to me, where I first moved, was Lewis, Delaware, Lewes. It's Lewis, Delaware, the first town in the first state, and I'm saying if anybody, and we love Joe Biden, and fuck you people. I love living right by the beach.
That's right. I hear that pride coming through, baby. I'm proud. I like that. We all should be proud.
You know, Deborah, we really need to work on Deborah's shyness. I really think it's a problem.
Yeah.
If they don't do anything about climate change, I'm 3 miles from the beach.
Oh, baby, I know what you're talking about. My elevation is 30 feet. I'm 30 feet above sea level. I'm telling you. Climate change is something that we need to take a hold of because nobody on the right gives a shit about it. And that could kill us all slowly, but...
Am I the only one? Am I the only one that read Nostradamus?
Oh, well, I can't say I've read all of it, but I've pecked at it over the years.
There's one of his quatrains that really gets in the back of my brain.
Oh, no. Seriously, all right.
Nostradamus predicted that 45 will be our last president, and that's exactly how he named it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
There's Keith.
Keith, are you there, buddy?
Hi. Yeah.
Hey, Keith, we've been having trouble getting you in. Keith is up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, bub. How you doing?
Cold.
Cold. I bet you are, buddy. I bet you are. Spring's coming.
Yeah.
Spring is coming.
8 degrees.
We were just talking about climate change, baby. It's coming. Lord, I just lost everything in my headset.
Right now I'm in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on the road, and I think I may be the only liberal in the
I know how that feels. I know how that feels. I could drive a little bit, though, and find them.
I just wanted to give a shout out. Hello, Blue Dots. John.
Yeah.
Keep talking the talk.
Buddy, I won't quit until this man is gone. I'm not shutting my mouth. We still have a lot of bugs to work out and whatnot, but baby, I'm going to keep my mouth going because that's the only thing that keeps me sane. You know, my rants are they're more, the reason I record them and I don't go live is well, sometimes I screw up, but I don't want to be distracted by comments or coming through. You know, it's not that I don't want to listen to somebody else. It's just I want my thought out of my head, and I seem to have hit a chord. And I'm glad I did because we should all be concerned about this. We should all be sitting up going, "What the fuck? What was that? You know, what did he say? What did he do?" Because it's been constant ever since the man got in office. Every day is a question of what he says or what he did. You know,
it's going to go on well beyond his administration now, John.
It will, because just today the Senate confirmed, what was her name, Allison Rushing. She's a new federal judge, baby. Yep. Yeah, she believes in we need to recriminalize homosexuality, and oh, by the way, we need to sterilize all the transgender people. That's her beliefs. She is now a sitting federal freaking judge. That's what concerns me with this administration. They have been, they denied Obama so many, not just Merrick Garland. They held back on a lot of judges because the Republicans had the Senate. And that's the game they play. They forced their shit. They held back on the Supreme Court. They held back on a lot of judges. And as soon as this asshole came in, baby, they started filling them left and right. And
John,
some of them aren't even qualified.
Stacking the courts is a
they're
key
actually
element of
running.
fascism.
Yeah, they're actually running out of conservative judges because they've now elevated them all to all these appointed places.
What kind of judge is that? So if you're a gay person, a gay American, or if you're a transgender American and you come up in front of her court, do you think you're going to get justice? No, baby. She's going to have a prejudice inside of her.
Yeah, I say term limits on Supreme Court justices.
Yeah, there ought to be term limits on every one of them sitting up in the Congress and Senate. That's one of the major problems in this country, I believe. It's because they become entrenched. It's not about the law or what's good for this country. It's winning the next election. That's what concerns them. And how do they do that?
Wait, you know what? Deborah from Delaware, don't ever call me that evil nickname, but it's so gay here. We have Thursday night drag queen bingo. It's hilarious, and I'll have to let you guys know that I have the TV on, but I haven't looked on it. But Thursday night at the same time is the new season of RuPaul's Drag Race. I have loved RuPaul. I want to come back as a love child of Betty Boop and RuPaul.
Betty Boop. There you go. I love Betty Boop.
I have Betty Boop.
I've always had a thing for Betty Boop. Who could,
And I sold my Mustang, and I asked the guy if he wanted my Betty Boop floor mats, and he said, "I don't think so." Hey, I don't think so. I'm gonna put that in my stupid van when I come and drive around the country and torture everybody.
There you go, baby. There you go. You're getting how's that coming? Deborah, I know, is trying to plan a trip around the country to visit people. I think I'm on the list.
Well, all I need is to find out that woman who came to visit me. She was wrapped up in a cocoon in chemo, and she came to visit me twice. And she said, "Oh, and my port is out of my chest. How did you?" "Oh, they just go in the office and just go doink and just cut and pull it out." I'm saying, where do I go to get that done? Who is your doctor? God damn it!
Deborah, do you still have your port?
My right arm is Popeye. My left arm is olive oil.
Oh.
You can't put anything heavy. You know what? Fuck you. Get this thing out of my damn chest. Somebody has to put the cooler in and out, the beer cooler in and out of the fucking van. I'm done. Get me out.
Get on a road trip, baby. I'll tell you what I love. There ain't nothing I like better than getting out on the road. I really do. If I could win the lotto, I'd buy me one of those nice RV buses, and I'd be visiting me a lot of blue dots. That's exactly what I would do.
I have an airstream, buddy.
I have never felt sorry for myself. I have never felt sorry for myself because the cancer in my mouth, I did it for 45 years of smoking. Yeah. My first marriage, I was so exhausted from working and I paid all the bills and working and commuting and this and that and the other thing. I crawled out of the bedroom. I was dying from my lungs filling up from pneumonia, and I said, "I'm not going in. Take care of me because I have two brothers. Because I will kill you as soon as I get the strength back in my arms. You will not kill me. You can't kill me."
Spirit, you got to be a fighter. You have to be a fighter. If you want to make it through this world, it ain't easy. This is what they say. Life ain't easy, baby. Kicks you in the teeth every damn time I turn around. Something happens. I just fixed my water pump. There went $111 right out my pocket. Shit. It's just sometimes it's the little things that just get in the way.
Hey, Johnny, you need help on that water pump?
Oh, buddy, the money's gone throughout my way. Thank goodness, because I might as well give the other day we had the Tuesday show, and we had several PayPal donations. Thank y'all for helping me fix my water pump, baby. Because
You're welcome.
That's exactly where it went. But it's working today, and that puts a smile on my face, baby. It's just one fire put out. And believe me, I bought the money pit. I love this house, but what was I thinking? You know, I know what I was thinking. Look at that river. Oh, look at there, riverfront property. I'm right here. Jesus, I can fix that. Oh, no problem there. I can fix that. Don't worry about it. I'm a plumber. I can hit that. You know, and now the list has just gone on and on forever. And home ownership, baby. Yeah. I long for the days I had a landlord.
Here's another thing.
Huh?
And my trip, if you need anything.
Oh, darling, no.
I don't have anybody I visit. And Andy, if Andy's there.
I know Andy Paguda.
You asshole.
You got to go by and see Andy.
I'm looking. I got my brand new camping guide. I don't use a GPS. That's stupid. I go by maps and I have my Good Sam and I have my AAA and my whatever card I need to do. It's
I
like,
gotta say, baby, I love that GPS. I was a driver for a while in the oil field. They say, here, take this to Houston. Where the fucking Houston you want me to go? Follow your GPS.
You need something. I don't have kids.
I ain't got time to stop on the side of the road to read the map, though. I got to go where I'm going.
I have to stop on the side of the road because I have to pee, or the dogs are like, dogs have to pee. It's like it's fucking lunchtime, and I'll just look, and I have no time for this GPS bullshit. It's like I have to drive south, I have to drive east, I have to drive west, I have to drive wherever I go.
Well, just go whichever way you want, because that's what's going to make it entertaining, baby.
Yeah, Army. I was thinking.
When I was traveling, I didn't use a GPS. I did use my map and my wishes. We made one decision. I ended up in Colorado because we were going down interstate something up there, going through New Mexico, and there was an exit coming up, and I think we were on our way to Phoenix or something, and there was an exit coming up. Anyway, it said Colorado or something. And Marcia said something about it, and I said, "Where do you want to go?" And she said, "Hold for a minute." And then, like, we're a half a mile from the exit. Where do you want to go? Which way you want me to go? Which way you want me to go? Let's go to Colorado. Boom. And that's how we ended up in Colorado. So that's the best trips we ever had. Was what spur of the moment things on what we wanted to do. You know, that's the kind of trip to have.
Last time I looked at a map, last time I looked at a map, I said, I'm going to, Kansas next to, and I told my Cairn Terrier, I said, okay, Toto. Toto was a Cairn Terrier. I said, we're leaving Kansas now. We're not in Kansas anymore.
I ain't never made a trip that we didn't have a fur baby with us.
I don't want to go through Denver. I want to go south. I've got to go visit my best friend in Albuquerque.
We love it. I love New Mexico. Mountains. Beautiful out there.
And the mountains.
Hey, John, how far is Corpus Christi from San Antonio?
It's about a 2-hour drive. We're about 2
Really?
hours.
That's all?
Yeah, about 2 hours to
San
Antonio.
Shit.
Well, about 2.5 hours.
My next gig may be in San Antonio.
Oh, so. Really? Really? Yeah, it's.
That's the rumor.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. Shit. Yeah.
Go to Colorado Springs.
That's
to Pike Peak.
That's where we went.
Look upon everything you can see for miles.
That's where we went. Keith, on that little turn right there. We ended up in Colorado Springs, and we went to Pikes Peak. We went to the Royal Gorge thing, the bridge. That was pretty cool. Exploring the area you're in. When we went to Flagstaff to go to the Grand Canyon, which I got pictures of me and my kids standing in the same position that we have pictures of my father and me and my brothers standing in the same spot when we were young. So that was the photograph I went to go get. And,
cool.
It is. It really was. But then I discovered Walnut Canyon near Flagstaff, and I went, wow, check this shit out. Let's go. And it was where the Native Americans built their homes on the sides of the cliff. Okay, and you got to take these stairs down there to go down there and look at them, and man, they're just fantastic. The part you have to remember is anything that goes down, it's got to come back up. And let me tell you, that's a long haul going back up them steps to get back out of there, but it was well worth it. We enjoyed the hell out of it. But our country has a lot to offer. Everywhere I went, I could say it was beautiful, because there's just beauty in every. I loved going out east and to Tennessee and Georgia, Alabama, all that up through Kentucky and into Ohio. It was just really beautiful. And then we headed out west, and it's just realizing there's beauty in every part of this country. Unless you live there and then you get tired of it and want to go see something else. So that's why you travel back.
I never get tired of
That's what Mexico's for.
Yeah, I never get tired of going down the road. I really do. I enjoy it. Yeah.
My first husband, when we were dating, he went to a course. It was in March of, I don't know, 1982 or whatever, 81, whatever. I don't remember. I don't remember when we got married. It was early 80s, but it was March. We flew into Phoenix and we came out and said, "Oh my God, it's warm!" And we went to Tempe, Arizona, and he went to the university for a lawyer conference thing. And I rented a car, and then we went to. I met a girl from Kansas who grew up in a town of 300 people, and I said, "Oh, her husband and my boyfriend came back." Around and to Scottsdale, and she was terrified driving a car. Now, there was off, and we went into the Superstition Mountains, and I had a rental car, and I've driven Mustangs. I had a 67, I had a 70, and I had a 2008 that I sold last year. There was no back end. We were talking about snow. There's no back end, but I know how to drive them. I can drive anything in the snow. There you go. And we're there, and I have a car. There's a mountain on the there's a cliff on one side, and there's a drop off for thousands of feet.
I've been a few places like that.
And you just feel the back end of this car. It's like it was imagined, but you feel it, and after hours and hours of driving through those mountain passes, and I said, "You got to take over to get us back to the hotel." It took him. He could not pry my fingers off of the steering wheel. It was like
had a death grip on there, huh? I can relate. I can relate. That's how come I don't have a Porsche anymore. Because if you have one, you think you got to do that.
Look, a guy with a Porsche. Me 3 years ago driving through the Sierras with that high. It's a high top van. It's not just a van. I'm saying.
No, I've seen pictures of your van. I've seen pictures of your van.
Oh, you can't be scared because there are people with RVs driving.
No. I've seen very senior citizens driving down here, and I got to admit, some of them I got to go. Oh Lord, are you shitting me? Don't you have a chauffeur? But maybe they do fine.
Driving through, taking a shortcut through the Arizona desert and driving, and the wind is going. I've seen those videos of, a truck and semi-tractor trailers just going doink on the sides, and you sit there and you're going and holding on and saying, "My boobs hurt. My boobs hurt. My
I have
boobs
never said that.
Here in Minnesota. here in Minnesota, we've had 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet of already compacted snow.
Man, Keith, I feel for you, buddy. I know Joe's up there. It's cold up in Cincinnati too. I know.
Yeah. Now we're looking at another 8 inches of snow.
Wow. No.
And
it looks pretty.
That's 6 Trump dicks.
It looks pretty in the pictures though.
Oh, you can look outside. You have your cup of coffee.
There you go.
Open the big windows and look at the pretty snowflakes and realize you're going to have to shovel that stuff off.
Yeah. No. The picture looks fine. You look out there and it looks all pretty, but no, I'm from, don't think I haven't been there. I was stationed at Adak, Alaska. That's what cured me of snow. I don't want it no more. I'd like to take a picture of it. I'd like to go play on it, but I don't want to drive it in anymore. I don't want the mess of, like you say, shoveling it and Lord, I got to go heat up the car.
Below.
No, it's just a myriad of things that just kills me. But those, that live up there, they enjoy it, and they live there. So that's, y'all are used to it, I guess. I'm used to the beach down here, baby. That's what I'm used to. And
we got locked in. We got locked in for 8 days.
Yeah. See, no. When I was up in Alaska, the barracks, everything was internal of that barracks. The chow hall was internal, the haircut, the game room, everything you didn't have to go outside to get to it. The only thing I had to go outside for was the airplanes. Unfortunately, that's what I was working on. So, and it was like you had to take a big heater out there to dry off or unfreeze anything you were fixing to work on. So have them de-icers out there trying to get them airplanes, with the ice off of them so we can get them airborne. It sucked. So I'll tell you what's cured me is the day I had to drive the duty bus, and I've told this story before, back down that mountain with passengers on board, and there's no guardrails. There's a cliff on one side, just like you said, and a mountain on the other side, and my butt was puckering all the way down, so I don't like that no more. If I get stuck, I want to get stuck in the sand. So.
Hey, John?
Yes, sir.
Joe said he wanted to get back to politics.
Well,
don't throw me under the bus, Sparky.
No, we got sidetracked on visiting around the country.
I'm up for politics, so let's get the shit on the road.
Chat.
Yeah. Well, that's what we got going on. With Paul Manafort and Cohen coming up, that's the start of the show. The house is just getting cranked up, baby.
Is Cohen scheduled for another hearing?
I'm not sure. He had one again today, didn't he? He was in private hearing.
Yes, yesterday.
That was yesterday. So
or Wednesday it was something.
So
he sure hauled a lot of paperwork in there.
Yes, he did.
Here's what I got, guys. Here's what I got. I'm on.
Benghazi.
Yeah.
Who's saying that?
Yeah, that's how they got to Hillary. But that's what the Republicans are looking at us like. Don't say nothing to me. You've got over 2 years of Benghazi. I think it's a damn near 4 years with that shit. And they ain't done with it yet. They'd bring it up tomorrow if they could. Hell, they was just chanting lock her up the other day at the CPAC. Are you shitting me? They're never going to let it go. They love to hate her. Emails. That's right, babe.
Email.
But this is not that bullshit. This we have to cover this. We have to.
Yeah, I still don't think that shit's funny. Sorry.
Yeah. We have to come out with.
I want a hearing every day.
I want public hearings. That's what I want to see. I want to see them sit right out there and tell me what they know. And what
I
he
love
knew
that
and
Homeland Security hearing yesterday.
Oh yeah, didn't they gave her a ration of shit, as well they should. And they still can't. She don't know the number of kids we have, in custody. You're still hearing about people being deported without their kids and shit. That's a total screw up from the word go on this whole thing with the children at the border, and it was planned that way, baby.
She doesn't even know the fucking policy. She's the secretary of a cabinet position.
Yeah.
The policy.
As with everybody, they're in there.
That was by
design.
That was absolutely by design. They're like to terror and horror. on those children was by design.
By design, it was designed.
And their parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tax returns, birth certificate.
Yeah.
Tax returns.
Oh well, they're going to ask for them tax returns, man.
Yeah.
But
somebody did just the other day.
Oh, they'll have to fight for it, but they've got a law on their side, though.
Yeah.
They're going to get those tax returns. It's going to be all over.
They're hidden right there next to his school grades. He doesn't want anything known about him. He doesn't want his grades out there because we all know you're an idiot. But we all know that anyway. He can't spell. He can't talk half the time. You know, he speaks in generalities or he just pulls shit out of his ass. You know, that's
Did you see what Cenk Uygur did on the Young Turks?
What'd he do? I like them. I like the Young Turks.
He bet him $1 million, Trump, if his grades were better than his.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that would be easy money for a stable genius, wouldn't it? That'd be an easy bet to take. All you got to do is either A, take a test or pull out your...
Everybody knows his Nazi fuck old man paid all those
one
schools
of them
off.
That's the only reason he got through the Wharton School. I keep saying if I was the Wharton School of Finance, I'd file suit against him for defamation of their character. Because look what he keeps saying, he's a stable genius. He looks like an idiot.
John.
Huh?
They got paid.
They
did.
To hide his grades, they got paid.
If I was alma mater for that,
system. That's how that worked.
I'd be ashamed to have that him in my alumni.
He donates to the school.
Yeah, it's all about the money, baby. For some of them.
Current donor.
There's no, shit. That's what's lacking in all of it is the character we used to demand of the people that we put in power that we don't anymore. It's not their character. It's not their morals. It's anything. It's money, baby. Look here. Donnie's on TV. He's a star. Let's make him. Are you shitting me? You know, the whole ball of wax, the whole game has changed.
Agenda.
You know, it's about.
I saw on the news, John, a $981 billion deficit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And remember, the Republicans used to scream about that. Oh, the deficit, the debt, we can't do this. They're spending our future. Their kids are going to be settled. Are you shitting me? Every time a Republican gets in there, this happens. Every time. And now look at the deficit we have. We had somebody one time that balanced the budget, didn't we? Somebody? Way back.
Yes.
Bill Clinton
did it.
Yeah.
Did it twice.
And that's what the Democrats do. That's what happens.
The black guy didn't balance the budget. He just got the deficit and kind of start coming down.
Yeah, Obama got the credit card for George W.'s wars that he, because that's what the Republicans do. But this time they came in for their tax cut, baby. They wanted to just rob the bank outright. They were tired of messing around. They wanted the big bucks, and that's what they got this time. That's what happened. That first 2 years, that's what it was all about, baby. That's how come they didn't talk about infrastructure or anything else. It was all about that tax cut and destroying anything Obama's name was attached to, which is his personal vendetta in life. Because he'll never be as good as Obama. Never. Before he even entered office, he'll never be that good. And as I always remind you,
infrastructure, it helps the unions too much.
If I don't know, it just seems to me that infrastructure is so big a thing that this country ought to be able to make another boom out of it.
As you mentioned.
Back when we
said before, John.
Yeah, when we had the Civilian Conservation Corps, and we were building highways, we were building parks, we were building dams, we were building everything, baby. There was people at work, because they had to work.
We had a unified ideology at that point, John.
Yeah.
We had a togetherness. We are all in this together type of philosophy that has been
lost that.
That has been driven from our culture by the Republicans.
Yeah, they've tossed up, Andy Pagoda just had his special about why he was so pissed off about the right calling themselves patriots, and it pisses me off too. And I've said that before that is something that we need to take back. That because that's when you think Republicans, you think flag, we support the troops and all that. Everything they just want to look the appearance. You know, look at here. I have an American flag in my yard, right next to my rebel flag. Are you shitting me? Somebody ought to slap him. You know, I got one down the street. I keep telling you, I got one right down the street, baby. Huh?
Republicans want to own.
Yes.
They want to own you.
I want to keep you poor and hungry, baby. You need a job when you're poor and hungry. And if you're poor enough, you'll work for peanuts. You know, that's the game of the Republicans, man. Keep you needing a job. Thankful for the job you have. Pull yourself along, boy. You know, you've got enough. We pitch $7 an hour. Well, that's enough. You should be able to make bullshit. You know, while you see.
Owner.
Yeah.
Plantation owner thinking.
Yeah.
Hey, John, didn't Ivanka say that people were happy with what they were making with their jobs?
Yeah. Ivanka. Another one born with a silver spoon up her butt. You know, that's, you know, I really am disgusted with her position and her boyfriend, her husband's position. You know, what qualifies her for squat? You know, she was the vice president of whatever in the Trump organization because she was daddy's daughter. Not because she's educated and came up and learned the ropes and all this business shit. No. She's given an office and say, here you go, baby. Same way with the rest of his kids. They ain't.
Dude, she's a fucking clothes designer. She designs fucking
she's a purse designer. That's
the American princess.
And now we got Jared Kushner going all over the place. He
pays
just met with
someone to
the
design
Saudis the other
her
day.
That she then puts her name on.
In
Let's
private.
be clear about that.
What do you think Donald does? You think Donald designed Trump water? I mean, really? He pays some fucking lackey to do all of this shit.
Did he really pay them?
Yeah.
Well, they get a bill anyway.
Yeah.
Is that my bird I hear? Oh, that's okay.
No, the bird is squawking, so if anybody hears that loud screaming, we apologize for that. We're trying to get that under control as well.
They can't control that bird.
And also, I wish I could be more convenient. I wish I could be joining the conversation a little bit more, but I am juggling multiple fires at the moment, so y'all please continue.
Just keep juggling the fires. Don't let my mic die.
That's what I'm working on the most right now.
I have a problem with this mic.
Yeah.
Alan Travis.
Keith said something.
Wait, what was that, Keith?
Alan Travis, you got it under control.
Oh yeah. My tech guy,
I'm
buddy.
doing my best. I don't know if under control is the right word, but doing what I can.
We're trying to work all the kinks out. That's all it is.
There's a lot of mysterious kinks tonight, that's for sure.
Well, it sounds good. Anyway, what have we got? Oh, we're only at 9:30. We still got time. So what else? Who else do we want to nail up?
Just for the record, Dennis is now in the chat.
Hey, Dennis, how you doing, bub?
It's been a long few hours. Got some bad family news today, but
oh man,
trying to roll with it.
Oh no, well we all hate to hear that. Bad family news is not anything anybody wants to hope. It's not that bad, but you know, we don't want to pry, but I hope everything turns out well, though.
Feeling for you.
Yeah. So, but we're glad you came in.
Turn that frown upside down.
Huh?
Yeah. Everybody's healthy. I don't want to worry anybody about like that. It's just a family thing.
One of the family things.
Travis can fill you in. I told him about it.
Oh, yeah. He's getting privy about everything over there.
In the mix of trying to fix everything, I'm trying to do, because I'm also trying to bring a few extra people in. I'm trying to monitor chat, and our soundboard. Soundboard's working, but I'm getting a crackling in my ear. Are you getting a crackle in your ear?
No.
Okay, so it must be my headphones.
I'm deaf, though, remember?
Oh,
Mama tells me that all the time.
Nah, it's clean.
You're deaf.
Okay, I'm glad y'all, I guess it's my headset then, so that's one less thing to worry about.
I did hear one a little bit.
You did?
I heard a little something right
little
there.
bit ago.
Yeah, every now and then our audio cuts in and out. It takes it a second and goes back in, and I'm trying to mess with these cables down here to figure out what's going on. So
yeah, I learned that cables can
there's your Travis update. You guys go back to your conversation now. I'm gonna go back under this table and try to fix this shit.
Oh shit. Anyway, well I'm glad you're
here,
Dennis.
Travis is under the table. Can I give you guys an AOC tweet update?
Oh, what'd she say? What's going on?
All right, so I've been trying to get this in here for a minute, but AOC tweeted out about Paul Manafort. She says, Paul Manafort getting such little jail time for such serious crimes lays out for the world how it's almost impossible for rich people to go to jail for the same amount of time as someone who has lower income.
Is she listening to us?
He's not lying.
Maybe she's listening to us, baby.
Keep going.
That's what we were talking about.
Any representative that knows what's up is listening to us, right?
That's it, baby. We're trying to nail them in here. They should be. It's the voice of the people. That's what has to be being put out there by every voice that we can get out there talking.
She said, in our current broken system, justice isn't blind, it's bought.
It's bought and paid for, baby.
Amen.
Amen. That's, I've said that a lot of times. Somebody not long ago got arrested or was arrested and charged, and then they told him come back to court on a certain day. Are you shitting me? Yeah, poor man. If you ain't got the money, baby, to hire a good attorney or bail, bail is just another way they keep your ass in prison. It's depending on if you have money. Keep your ass in jail until, out with the innocent until proven guilty. There's some I understand, but on minor issues, that's just the bail system in our country. It's discriminatory against those that don't have the money. And if you don't have the money, you pay the price. But it's that way in everything. It's that way in our judicial system. It's that way in our healthcare system. You don't have to go far digging to stop to think to yourself, what the hell is going on? Why are we, paying outrageous costs on healthcare when every study you look at countries around the world, they're not in this position, baby. They're not spending every dime they have trying to buy their medicine. The cost of insulin in this country's gone outrageous.
It's almost like we're not providing for the general welfare here in this country.
Sounds like it.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, well, that would take socialism, Joe. That would require some kind of socialism.
Don't bring me
I told you, I'm a hardworking guy. Been working 35 years in the software industry. I'm a veteran, proud veteran.
There you
I
go.
paid my dues. Insulin, if I didn't have a special program, would be $2,000 a month for me.
There you go.
And I pay $45 for a 3-month supply because the supplier gives $2,000 for the 3-month supply.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
But I pay only $15 a month because there's a special program that the manufacturer has for veterans. Can you believe that? So now think about that. Do you know what that means? That means that the government is paying these motherfuckers off for me. They get government money as a subsidy so that they can give me $15 insulin. The government then gives them.
You're not getting $15 insulin because the company's
$400 a month.
Yeah, they're getting paid.
$400 a month.
That's what I don't understand. And now within our own ranks, within this election, we have some that are running that want to go for health care, want to go for the ring, and grab everything, and then we have people in there that are more pragmatic, that are trying to, hold back. We can't do that right now, and I really get, I want to go for the brass ring. If we don't go for everything we want, it's not, like I said before, that's what they do. They shove the shit up our ass. That tax cut and everything else they do, they shove it on us. They don't give a shit about meeting us in the middle of the road. Ain't nothing there but yellow stripes and dead skunks.
That was Obama's mistake.
Hey, Joe.
And Clinton's mistake.
What was that? I'm sorry?
I said that was Obama's mistake and Clinton's mistake. Trying to meet those bastards halfway did not work.
No, I don't want to go in the middle of the road or nothing no more. I'm tired of that. That's what angers me the most. Is a lot of times we bicker amongst ourselves on the left. We let perfect be the enemy of good. We can't get something done because everybody can't agree on everything. We're not going to agree on everything. What we have to do is accept that we're going in a general direction. When we come up with a candidate, and a lot of people's feelings are going to hurt because their person ain't going to make it. Only one's going to make it, and we got a field of 20-something. There's going to be feelings hurt, but we got to suck it up, and we got to keep marching in the same direction. Because when
we
we
got to
don't,
realize that, like,
when we don't, Trump happens. Shit
way
like that
better than
happens.
the current fascist
Randy's
nonsense.
on.
And that's exactly right. The word fascism should be used a little bit more because that's what it is. That's who's making the decisions up there. It's corporations, baby. It ain't me and you. It's not the wellness of the people. It's not for the benefit of the general welfare, baby. It's the top 1%, baby. That's who they work for over there. You know, and I don't understand how. Well, I do. It's bumper sticker, baby. It's that patriotic shit. That's how they get the working class Republican. That's how they get you know, a man down there that's working his ass off, paying his taxes and everything else. They feed him patriotism in the Bible, and that's all Republican. That's what the Republican Party is. We believe in Jesus. We believe in the Bible. We believe in guns. We believe in America, and it just sounds so good. But if you're not,
by the way.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way,
here's a tiki torch for you.
Yeah. We're all for America, minus all these people here that we put an asterisk next to. You know, these people here are just questionable. We don't want to really let them in our country, but we don't want them voting. You know, it's that kind of bullshit.
I saw those.
And that's the fight that we have, baby. That's the fight this country has been. This is nothing new. I keep saying that. We've been doing this all our history. Is fighting for the rights of somebody. You know.
Hey, John.
You know. What's that?
Out of Giuliani.
What, Rudy? What Rudy say?
Yeah.
You want to hear from him?
No. Where'd he go?
Oh, well, he
disappeared,
but he popped in all of a sudden the other day with a note talking about he never offered Cohen a pardon. There was no pardon talk, so that's the only recent thing I've heard out of him. No, Rudy, I don't know. I think he went back in his casket and staying there for a while.
Because he lives in a coffin full of dirt from Sicily.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He needs to stay in his coffin for a little while. That man shot himself in the foot. You know, that's what these people, I don't know. I guess it's to draw the money or what. But look at the shit that anybody associated with Trump now. It is somehow, you got Trump shit on you. You got crap on you. Your name is going to have an asterisk next to it. You work for Trump. That makes you an asshole, a liar, a thief, all the things that we say. You know. And it's just pitiful. Where's the damn Republicans at? Where are those patriotic Republicans standing up for their country? Because I don't see it. I don't.
Well, because they don't see it as their country. Their country is, you know, white bread, mayonnaise.
Try everything.
It's a totally different country.
Ain't that sad, baby? Ain't that sad? Ain't nothing worse than a mayonnaise sandwich.
I think we got some new people in here. I didn't get alerts, but it looks like
Who else we got?
Trying to figure that out. Okay, let's do roll call really quick because computer's locking up over here. Who do we have in the call tonight?
David.
David's here.
You got Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Chris.
You got Joe here from Cincinnati.
Joe.
You want me to tell you? I can tell you who's in on a call.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great because my computer's locking up over here. So
he's gonna have to get
that. I can see it. Dan. Joe, Keith, Carrie, Mitch, Randall, Wendell, and I don't know. It's Yoglib 37.
Oh wow, we got 13 people in the show tonight.
Where's Wendell?
Wendell is actually David.
Oh.
David.
Yeah. Well, that's the name that you use for Skype.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I changed that the other day.
Oh.
So.
Oh, I think you mentioned that. I'm sorry, you did mention that last time you were on. Yeah.
Sparky, I'm Chris.
Yeah, I see him.
Sparky, Yogi B37 is Christopher.
Confusion.
Okay.
Oh.
Because there's a deal on Skype, like you can click on right under people's names.
Two is using
So I don't
it shows who's on the call.
Travis doesn't let me have that in front of me. I get distracted. I can't do that.
Well, your iPad wouldn't show that anyway. So
no. Yeah, my iPad's limited on what I can see.
Just ask me. I know how to run the Skype thing. I've been doing it for so many years.
Sparky's a pro at this shit.
Sparky's the Skype guy.
He's the Skype guru.
Yeah.
And we're babies.
I know.
We're just learning how to Oh yeah, if you're running video, it's going to slow us down a little bit. So
Video's got to come off.
yeah.
Randy was doing it too. I'm gonna see if he did.
One of these days, we're going to get upgraded to a wider broadband, and we'll be able to bring video in. That's what another thing, another iron in the fire that we're working on. Thought we was going to try to get it, then the water pump goes out. Like, that's life, baby. There's always a roadblock in the way. Something always happens. But I am so glad everybody is here. So many rules makes the system too hard to navigate. That's right, Leanne. It does. It does. But those rules are really there